AITA for going on vacation without my husband? My husband, 32 meters, and I, 29F, planned a week vacation to New Orleans. In the US, we, but mostly I, have been planning this for months. Back in March, I told him I would plan most of it, where to go, and what to do. All he has to do was make sure he had the week off and buy the plane tickets. I spent the last few months researching what to do. I booked the hotel room, made reservations at places we wanted to try. I made a list of all the sites I wanted to see. Every few weeks, I would check in with my husband to see if he had asked off and bought the tickets yet. He would say he was waiting for the plane ticket prices to go down. 3 weeks ago, I reminded him again and he said he had got off of work for the days but had forgotten to get the tickets. He looked online and the tickets were close to $1,500 per ticket. He said he was going to wait some more to see if they would go down. Last week, I asked if he had bought them yet and he said no. We looked again and the prices were still high. He said he wasn't willing to spend that much on them and asked how much money I would lose if I just canceled everything instead. He offered to have a nice staycation instead. I told him I was not willing to cancel everything because I spent so much time planning it. We argued and we didn't come to a conclusion. I wound up buying just one ticket for myself and when I flew out Saturday, I told him I was still going and he acted all surprised that I didn't want to stay home with him. I am in New Orleans now and he is blowing up my phone saying that I am an AH for still going without him. He was trying to get a ticket to come too, but I told him if he came, he is getting his own hotel room because this is now my vacation away from him. AITA? NTA. He literally had 2 tasks and plenty of time to complete them. Plus reminders. I'd honestly be irritated that he dropped the ball and then didn't own up to it by buying the tickets at the high price. Consider that a procrastination tax and a lesson. NTA. I don't know WTF your husband's deal is, but he acted like a real asshole. I don't know if he deliberately sabotaged the trip or just didn't care enough to follow through on his tiny piece of things. But you were absolutely right to not let him ruin the trip for you. And be sure as hell shouldn't be booking an expensive plane ticket to come join you now. I hope he'll be ready with a massive apology when you get home. NTA. This literally happened to my husband and I for our Japan trip. I did all the planning and all he had to do was book the hotels. We were going during cherry blossom season, so I knew things would fill up fast. So I reminded him a year before, 6 months before, and 3 months before. Guess who finally checked hotels a month before and found that everything was booked? The difference is, my husband didn't try and get me to cancel the trip. He ended up booking 5-star hotels and ate the cost because it was 100% his fault that we couldn't get more reasonably priced accommodations. OP's husband should have gotten the more expensive tickets and paid for the difference because it was his fault he waited so long to get his one task done. NTA. Your husband sounds like an ass. Hubby and I have been taking independent vacations, including international ones, for a quarter century. We also take vacations together. It works well for us. We appreciate each other all the more after a few weeks to a month or more apart. NTA. I get waiting to see if prices drop and I get forgetting about it. However, you had put so much work into this trip. Hours of research and anticipation. You did everything you could expect but the tickets. You need to have a serious concern with him. Some points. 1. You were trusting him with a big part and he let you down. Point 2. You worked hard to plan and take as much responsibility for the trip as possible, and his actions make it seem like everything you did wasn't valuable. Your effort to make this trip. You feel undervalued. 3. The way he could dismiss the whole trip for a staycation ignores says that he thinks throwing you a little bone is all that's needed and you'll be placated. Point 4. His unilateral decision that we stay home and no apology says he put more weight on his opinions and doesn't even consider you. If this was due to not being to afford it because of bills, money's tight right now, he should apologize and takes actions to make it right. He need to take those days and you go somewhere out of town and start the conversation about how his actions show his little care. He then needs to take action and show you that he's putting away funds immediately to ensure the trip you planned on happens. If that's taking cash every week and putting it into dream vacation envelope or something, when you get home ensure that he understands what his actions meant to you. Tell him that you are hurt how he could just wave away all your dedication and work. Ensure he understands you planned this because you will love him and clue him. Ask him why he was able to so quickly make a choice like that, and tell him to really think about it. Let him sit and do the mental and emotional work, then come to you so you two really have this conversation. Has he never flown before? You don't wait for flights to come down. You buy the tickets ASAP before they go up. Inevitably, virtually always, airline ticket prices are supply and demand. Nothing else. When a trip is 2 months out, the planes are still booked as almost empty. The supply's high, and the cost is low. When the trip is 10 days away, the planes are almost full, and the supply is short. Ergo the price is high. This is the way it has always worked. NTA. Enjoy the big easy. NTA. Have a fantastic time. Now ex-husband liked my idea of a trip up to Victoria, BC. I told him he'll need to renew his passport. Literally the only thing I asked him to do, because only he can do it, and he's supposedly an adult. Me. Did you renew your passport? I want to get dates nailed down. Him. Oh, no. I'll do that, mister. Did you renew your passport? I have dates in mind and you need to do it now so you have it in time. Him. Oh no. I'll do that right away. Me. Did you send in your passport renewal so I can get this stuff booked? Him. I'll get right on it. Him. Whatever happened to that trip? Me. Did you renew your passport? No? That's what happened to that trip. Him. What's up with that trip to Victoria? Me. I have no idea. He weaponized incompetence on the regular. He's an ex. I'm taking the trip solo next spring and I can't wait. Solo travel is the best. NTA. He had plenty of time to get the tickets. You asked and reminded. If he wasn't interested in going on this vacation, he could have told openly. I don't think you would have minded if he changed mind about the trip. But that doesn't mean you have to cancel your vacation. You planned everything. Canceling everything is an expensive affair. More than the expense, it's the disappointment of not being able to enjoy the well-earned vacation. I strongly feel that your hubby never wished to go on the trip and hope that by pushing ticket purchases, suggesting canceling all the plans in the nth moment and proposing staycation will make you drop the plans. He's the I'm so glad you decide to go. Enjoy the solo stay. Tell your hubby that you will discuss once you're back home. Ask him to enjoy his staycation simultaneously. Keep your mobile on silent and go on with your trip. Once you go home, you need to have serious discussion with him. This is now my vacation away from him. You don't play. NTA. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. NTA. My ex pulled a similar stunt except I'd already paid for everything. He expected me to cancel the family vacation and sit home with him because he changed his mind. Nope. Took one of our adult kids in his place, so I was only out a name change fee and had the best vacation ever. I realized on that trip it was over. Filed for divorce less than 6 months later. NTA. He really let you down. It's almost like he didn't want to take this vacation, so he sabotaged it. But even if he was merely being lazy, he was still being uncaring. It was clear how much this trip meant to you, and he blithely blew it off and expected you to just stay home for your vacation instead? Oh hell no. NTA. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. NTA. You did the right thing. I hope you enjoy your stay and your time alone in your hotel with a big bed to yourself. Eat as much food as you can. Smiling face with hearts. He is either a procrastinator and leaves things to the last minute. When buying plane tickets, there must be no procrastinating because the ticket price only goes up. Or he didn't want to go on holiday, so kept stalling until tickets were too expensive or no leave left. Both scenarios. He had no interest or planning for the holiday. So he has not missed a holiday, he has missed the opportunity for a holiday. NTA. Your hubs is the AH. Plane tickets are cheapest furthest away from departure. Except for possible last-minute deals that are unreliably available. NTA. Hope you have a lovely holiday. NTA. I love that you told him this was now your vacation away from him. I would have done the same. Tears of joy. Your NTA. That title belongs to your husband. He didn't want to spend money on that vacation, but couldn't own up to it. I hope you enjoy your solo vacation. And ignore his calls. Intahe had an opportunity to go and chose not to. NTA. Pretty passive-aggressive. This is epic. Of course you are NTA. Thanks for the laugh.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.